All right, so we're back on the Squier Affinity Bass project. Last time around we did the tuners, the nut, the bridge, some of the hardware, and this time we're gonna take off the pickguard, we're gonna remove the electronics, we're gonna keep the pots and capacitors and all that, but we're gonna replace the pickups and the pickguard, and then afterwards we'll do a final reveal and see how it sounds. These are the pickups that Musiclily sent out. Those are the screws. New pads. This is the Jazz El Nico 5 pickup. Nice good cloth waxed wire. And then here's the Jazz pickups. So first let's remove the old pickups. I've got my soldering iron nice and hot here. I've got it super hot. Pretty much just maxed right out so I can get in and get out when it comes to soldering. Just that quickly. And this one's over here. So I just got to remember hot and ground on the Jazz. So let's get these old pickups out of there, out of the way. And the reason I'm leaving the pots in the pickguard right now is so they have a place to stay as I'm soldering. And these stock ones do have springs in them. But I'm going to use the pads on the new ones. So I'll stick the pads right to the bottom there and put them in. Let's find out where this Jazz pickup's going. They're all going right to the back here. This is the first time I've had this guitar apart like this, so we're gonna have to take a look at something here. Because I'm not sure where that yellow wire is going to. And I'm about to find out. Okay, so the yellow and the red, that's just, that black one's just a grounding wire. So the yellow is my ground on this one, which is weird because the yellow is the hot on the other one. That sounds like some Squier stuff. So let's get the hot off of here. Pull this one out. You may have some extra wire, which is fine, some extra lead, if you want to call it that. Let's put the pad on there. The pad's a little thick. Or am I supposed to put the pad down here? Probably supposed to put the pad down there. Seems like a lot of pad though. I don't know if I want to take off the sticky back and leave it on there, if I just want to leave it just like that. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. Will do. We don't need these springs. That's low enough for now. I mean, we can raise them up and lower them as we need to later on. Let's just get them low enough where they're out of the way. Let's get some screws in there. I'm trying to use as much of the hardware that came with it as I can. I think I'm going to shave a little bit off of this and then stick it to the back of the pickup. I'm going to do this off camera because I don't want to move the guitar. Alright, so it didn't come out very pretty, but it'll be alright. Get it centered there. Boy, that stuff is sticky. Let's do the other one too. Alright, got that one ready too now. Center is about as centered as I'm going to get on that thing. Ground goes to the back of the pot. Hot goes to the first middle lug on here. That'll do. Let's get the red hot from the jazz pickup into the middle lug on here. I hope I'm not tearing stuff up. I don't have a whole lot of room to work with. Alright, so we got our hot leads going here. Now we gotta fix all the ground wire back to the back of this pot. It's not bad. It's not my prettiest work. It should do. Now I'm going to do a function test with this little mini amp right here. See if everything's working as it should be. All right. Seems to be working. Let's get these pots off of here, and then you're going to see the pretty pick guard I got for this thing. The new pick guard I chose for this because I really thought it'd make it pop is this anodized gold pick guard, and it is pretty. So let's get our pots secured back on here. All right, now let's try to get everything tucked back up under here. Normally I'd take a zip tie and kind of tidy everything up. And of course, the only problems I'm running into right now is these pickups look to be a little too wide for the route. I fitted it before with the stock pickups. It fit perfectly over it, but these ones are not. And that's a bummer. I guess I should have checked that before I got this far. The outside of them are just a little too wide. I'm not going to alter the pick guard. That's for sure. So the question is, will these fit over those? We're about to find out. They got a little glue on them. All right, let's see. They do. They fit. Simple solutions, simple problems. They don't look as good, but that's how we're gonna have to work it now. I do like the flat finish on here. And you know what? See, the Artec ones have a flat finish on there. So what are we gonna do? I'll tell you exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to spray a little water on here. This is just a little water and soap. We're going to try a 3M style scratch pad. Alright, I'm going to take it off camera. I'm going to do it here so it kind of does it evenly. This is the Squier one, and this is the Artec one. Better. Alright, let's do the other one. There we go. You can see the lines a little bit. That's better. So they're going back and forth. I go in a circular motion. Alright, let's go back now. Things are working out. Things are working out good. Everything tucked back in there. If you ever find yourself where you keep getting wire stuck in there, just get yourself like a business or credit card and then push the wires as you put a little pressure on there, and that'll help get the wires down in there. Okay. Every other screw on this thing lines up perfectly, so that is fantastic. Question is, do we go with the gold screws? I'm leaning towards black because I think it'll make that pick guard pop a little more. There we go. Dust and fingerprints and stuff off of here. Yeah, that's one thing I don't like about black guitars. I like a black guitar, but under the light, every kind of little hair scratch will show up. Fingerprints and all sorts of other nonsense. And one last thing, black knobs. All these parts that I put in there will be down in the description. from Musiclily's website. And if you want to get 10% off, you can use the coupon code GuitarNivore10. Those look good on there. I mean, everything looks good on this thing. So I'm going to get the strings put back on this thing, get it cleaned up, and then we'll do a final reveal and we'll do a sound test. So there it is. I think it came out great. I think it sounds great. You heard the sound comparison. I think the Artecs offer a little more clarity in the sound as opposed to the stock pickups, which sound just a little bit muddy. But other than that, they weren't bad pickups, but I like the Artec pickups. And the link to all these Musiclily products will be down in the description if you want to check them out, if you want to do a bass just like this. Just know that I had some issues with the tuners and the pickups fitting in the pick guard. But I have a confession on that. Let me set this guitar down. Those problems were nobody's fault but mine, because I did measure. After I got done setting the guitar up and cleaning up my station, it was just like bugging me why those parts didn't fit. And I pulled out my notes and I pulled out my caliper, pulled up the drawing on Musiclily's website, and I started going over the measurements. And it seems like I measured everything but the distance between this screw and this screw and that screw and that screw. I had this one right. They're not a direct drop-in. So Keep that in mind. Now, as far as the pick guard goes, when I chose the pick guard, I did all the measuring from screw to screw just to make sure the size looked correct, and it did. But what I didn't think about was the pickup routing, because these Artex are a little bit bigger at, I believe, 70 millimeter, and these are 67 point something millimeters wide. The stock pickups work just fine, and the Musiclily Pro pickups would have fit perfectly, but these Artex, I think they're made more for a bass that doesn't have a pick guard. Luckily, as you saw, I was able to pull the stock Squier pickup covers off of it and put those on the Artex, and it came out really nice. So any problems that I had, they weren't really problems, but when you're modding a guitar of any sort, you're gonna run into some issues. Those just weren't issues that I wanted to have while trying to record the video. But we made it through. We made it work, and I think the bass came out fantastic. It looks like a whole new guitar, kind of like a Fender Custom Shop, or like the 40th anniversary Squiers that they had with the anodized pickguard. I really like it. It all just kind of pops. The black tuners work really great on that headstock, and this anodized pickguard really looks good with all the black accents. And I'm digging it. Once again, if you want to get any parts from Musiclily, you can use my affiliate link and my coupon code GuitarNivore10 to receive 10% off your order from their website. That doesn't work on Amazon, just so you know that. So this has been fun. It's been a great mod. I haven't modded a guitar in a long time, or at least modded a guitar this much in a long time. And I had a lot of fun doing it. A couple little headaches, no big deal, but I'm super stoked with the results. My next mod video, I'll be replacing some jazz pickups in an old Ibanez 5-string bass. Stay tuned for that. If you like this video, hit that like button, and if you want to subscribe to see more stuff like this, hit the subscribe button, and if you really like that video, hit that hype button so more people see it.